trade review framework. The idea is you must be trading. How do you review your trades? What process should you follow? If we look at it, you never know what is going to happen next. Whether this trade is going to be a winner or a loser is not in our hands. What is in our hands is to follow the process right. Now, I would not say this is an ideal way you should do it, but this is how I do it. And maybe if you do not have an idea about how to review, you can use this and maybe make better versions of it that aligns much with your thought process. How this review framework came into the picture, what were the problems, and then how did I thought about it is what we're going to talk next. The trade review framework. So the first question that we see and get is, why do we need a trade review? Well, if you do not review it, so what's the saying? It's if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. So the need of measuring is very important, and that is where the trade review come into the picture. Now, the need for a trade review is you want to understand why your trades were inconsistent. You want to know what emotional decisions, what emotional state of yours was affecting you to take those decisions, and whether those decisions were right or wrong. Did you took some decisions because they were meant to be, or did you took them because you took them in a rush of emotions? That is why you want to look back from a neutral state, I would say, to review your trades. And the goal of the review trades is to systematically improve your trade performance and be consistent with the process and with the results. And the need to address all of these psychological barriers made to start a framework for the trade review process. Now, we've already discussed these. What would be the answers that you would be looking for, and what are the questions? Anything that you do, it has to be started with you having a curiosity. So it would be, why did I lose a, what wrong did I do, and then maybe a research idea came into light that could be the turnaround for you. Now, the questions that you would want to answer would be, why do I hesitate or exit trades so early? How can I stop letting emotions control my trades? What should I focus on when reviewing my trades? How can I create a process to trade without fear? What's the best way to ensure long term consistency? If you can stick to a process, if you can stick to a set of rules, and if you can do it consistently, and if you know your strategy has an edge, and the edge can be not very magnificent, but even if it is very lean, as small as, can even give you huge benefits. Now, those of you who have not read Mark Douglas Trading in the Zone, I would recommend at least read it if you're serious about trading. Now, Mark Douglas mentioned 5 fears that sabotage a trader, and these fears are associated with fear of being wrong, fear of losing money, fear of missing out, fear of leaving money on the table, exiting too early, or fear of loss, not accepting a loss, which could be you moving your stop loss away or you not even putting a stop loss. And if these are the top fears, then maybe a process can be made around these to know, to follow a path and to know which of these fears you're struggling with, and if you can tackle the problem to address the fear, and you make a small plan which is oriented with goal to ensure that you are moving towards making that fear go, slowly and steadily you will see growth. Now let's go to the process that I follow. Now you can have your own process. This seems to be an ideal process to me. Things have to start with you having a signal. You have to know, when do I want to buy, when do I need to sell, what is my signal, what is my strategy. Once you have that in place, you see, at any day, at the end of the day, if you do a review, you need to see each of your trades, are they aligned with your signal or not. If you did not waited for a signal and you executed a trade, that means you had a fear of missing out. That is why you took a trade. And if not, you waited for the signal, that means you do not have a problem with fear of missing out. You may have some other problem, some other psychological barrier. And then as soon as you see a signal, did you execute it flawlessly or not is the next question. And this is really important. We never know what is going to happen next, whether this trade is going to be a loser, a quick loser, a winner, or a very big winner. We do not know, but what we know is that our strategy has an edge, and as soon as you see that your signal has been triggered, you execute the trade considering the stop loss, adjusting the right position size to ensure that you executed flawlessly. If you're failing to execute flawlessly, that means you have a fear of losing. That is why you not being able to execute it flawlessly. And maybe you need to head, once you've identified what is the problem, you can address it. But identifying is the first part, knowing is the first part. If you know what's wrong, you can always formulate a plan to make it better. But if you do not even know what's wrong, you'd always be moving around without knowing where to focus. Once you've executed flawlessly, there can be two ways. The first thing that you need to do is you need to place a stop loss. If you did not place this stop loss, you have a fear of being wrong. You took the trade right, which was on a signal, but you did not place the stop loss. That means while you were able to execute flawlessly, you have a fear of being wrong and you're not able to put a stop loss. Even when you put a stop loss, I do not want you to move your stop loss away. Whenever you think this is the right stop loss, based on the signal, you put the stop loss, and it to has to it can be only moved towards your direction and never further away. Make these rules amend. And if the trade is moving in your direction, you need to look, is the trade has moved sufficient enough towards my direction that I can move my stock to break even. And if I can, I want to make that trade risk free, and that is what you would want to do. You want to move your stop loss to break even, and once you have moved your stop loss to break even, or if you sense there's a bigger momentum, there's a quick momentum, you would have to see whether is there a possibility to add to the trades, because the only way you can win in the markets is by swinging the bet hard when you get the right opportunity. So if the momentum is in your favor, always consider to add. You have to take certain things into consideration while thinking about adding, as in, are you mentally prepared to take and handle that amount of risk since you've added? Are you well rested? Is the momentum right? Is there a sufficient space for the market to move? The market is not making overlap bars and you're seeing momentum. There would be a lot of things you'd have to consider, but at least think about adding. And if the momentum is right, you have to see whether you could execute flawlessly on that add-on or not, and then you can again review the trade to identify what fear you are facing problem with. And once that is done, based on the momentum, you can always exit. And when I say exit at a reasonable target, that's also a problem. A lot of people focus on the entry, but it's the exit as well which is really important. So where should you exit is also a plan. Generally I would recommend to exit around all highs, all lows, double tops, or maybe you put the stop loss at break even and you let it run. It all depends what kind of trader you are, but these could be some consideration. And then there has to be some rules that you do not break, and such rules are: you always trade with a stop loss. You never add to a losing trade. You always move your stop loss to break even when you can. You can make the trade risk free and then maybe let it run. You be very cautious around all highs or all lows. If the market is in a range and you are trading the range, always keep stop a bit away from the range. And every trading day is a different day. It presents you a new opportunity. So whatever has happened in the past could repeat and will repeat a lot of times, but every day presents new opportunity. And move away from a previous trade, review your trades, make a goal, make a plan, what needs to get better, and move ahead. The one thing that you should always remember is, whatever worst that you can think is possible and it can happen. A lot of time you would see, oh, the market pushed really strong from here, there's a lot of buyers here, and I don't think we're going to even retest that area, it will be well defended. You just don't know what could happen next, and maybe the market wants to take stop of all of those buyers. So the worst you can think is possible to happen. So control your risk, because it is something that is in your control. And when you are adding to your winners, always make sure that you are not throwing the risk away. these are some of the hard rules that I follow, and this is the framework that I follow. You can take a screenshot, or maybe you can make your own. Alright, now maybe I want to address something. We announced a phase 2. I was reviewing my trades with the phase 2 announcement strategy, the kind of way and technique that I thought would be right. It was really complicated. There were a lot of trades, I would say, and then marking those trades, the slides. It was not something that maybe I could scale do very frequently. So I'm coming up with some new ideas. I'll see how I want to trade reviews and do things going forward. I'll come with some good ideas. I'm thinking of some things going forward. I also want to start some things. I'll very soon upload videos regarding the same. Maybe we want to live trade as well. We'll see. I'll see you in the next video.